Okay, I'm done with the lettering. Now I'm going to start the balloons. So I want to do the tails because I always have problems with the tails. Like if I do something else and then try to do tail, it looks bad. So I do the tail first. I aim it at the person's head. I just kind of make it go around. And I'm not liking the thickness of this thing, so I think I might switch to this other one. Tail, same thing. I'm going to do this for the whole thing. So I'll keep doing this, but this revenge part, I didn't ink that with this thing because it just take way too much ink to do, and I want it to be thick letters, so I'm going to switch back to this one for the detail, because this is a little thinner than this one. So now I'm going to ink the revenge thing. Now I'll do the drop shadow or whatever to make it look thick, like the X-Men title or whatever. So I just picked two sides. I'm going to pick the bottom and the right side. So every bottom and right side I'm going to be making it thicker. Now I'm going to do the borders. Since I'm not going to do this border, I should erase that, but I'm going to do that in Paint Shop Pro or whatever later. And notice I'm actually inking this stuff on top of this folder. That's because I don't want it bleeding on the table. My wonderful art desk. That's why I hate these expensive rulers. It's because I'm afraid it will put a mark on my expensive ruler. Paid a lot of money for this thing. Alright, so I'm going to try not to butt this thing. I'm not going to try to draw over the R that is over the border. I'm going to remember to stop. And if it didn't get perfect stop, I can do that in Photoshop, or I can just leave it. Nobody's going to notice that crap. Here, look at my awful artwork, okay? No one's going to be like, oh, that artwork is okay except for that R button up. No, you're going to look at all, and it's all crap anyway. So we're good. I don't like rotating papers and all that stuff, so I'll do all these lines first, and then I'll rotate and do all these lines. I have to keep remembering, you know, since I didn't erase these lines, I'm not going to draw these lines. You have to be a little bit smart to be lazy. And so now it's looking kind of professional because I'm actually using a ruler to do this stuff. Before I'd be lazy and I didn't want to use the ruler. I'd just like, whatever, eyeball it, let's go. Okay, I forgot to do this thing. I forgot to letter this balloon. So there you go. Got the tail in. I kind of like button this stuff up a little bit because if I do one big sweep, it kind of, you know, you just look at all this text and it breaks up the text a little bit if I butt it up where I kind of contain this, I'll have my vengeance, and then I say this thing, so I'm going to do another curl to it. Alright, now I'm going to outline the figures. And you know what, I'm going to switch to this fancy brush pen thingy. It gives me a little bit more thickness. I wouldn't normally do it. It's too much work. The brushes, I have like a brush and ink and stuff. It's just, it gets all messy and stuff, so. And it doesn't look good when I use it anyway. Like, I'm sure it would if I actually practiced and was really good at artwork. But I want to get this stuff done as fast as I can because I don't have a lot of time to do this artwork. I have a job, my wife is going to come home from school. I'm just going to outline and go, outline and go. And for the face, I'm not going to outline with this thing. It's totally, the eyes and the mouth would totally be all blotted together. It would look bad. I'm not even going to do the hands either. It's too much detail you need with the hands. So I will do that with fabric, because if I mess up on fabric, it's not a big deal. Mess up on faces and hands, that's the big deal. And my little beanie thing that I'm not wearing right now, but I put it in my comic because that way I don't have to draw hair. And I'll either black that out later or whatever, you know. But I want to switch to like a finer detail for the face, so I probably might even use this 5 again for lettering the faces and the fingers and stuff like that. You know. But I don't want to use it too much because these are expensive and harder to find. I have to go to Michael's. This I can get at a grocery store. So I'm done with the big detail right here. I gotta go to the little detail. All the big stuff's pretty much done. Alright, there's another artist that talks about the nook and cranny thing, where you want to go in every nook and cranny, like build up the lines to make it thicker. So like this, like the hat is buttoned up against my head right here, so I just kind of like, you know, just make it kind of smooth around there, like my cheek around my glasses. I'll just kind of make this line kind of run into this line, so that way it kind of makes the shadow and stuff. For the hands, I'm going to switch to this. I need the detail. So I'm going to do the fingernail, I'll do the underline thing. Alright, I was not happy with that face at all. My wife would kill me if I drew her that way. Big, huge mouth. Anyway, so now I'm going to try to line it up. Here's the eye line, the nose line. And try to make her nice lines instead of the aggressive, freaky, crack addict lines that I had earlier. So I got, that's a nice little smile. I should keep that and not do the extremely freaky, angry looking smile. Alright, put the nose in there. It's kind of looking good. Her forehead's messed up, so I gotta fix that. Now I kind of... It's kind of a close face shot. Maybe I should talk about, like, the shots I use. Like, since I'm holding this thing, and she's consoling me, obviously, you know, like you want a two-shot here instead of just a close-up there. Or yeah, you could do that too. You could do a close-up and like have her voice off screen, off camera or whatever. Or you could have like a little tiny, like, you know, there I am in the background and show all the crap in the background. But I don't like drawing backgrounds, so that way. And so this next shot, I could do the same shot, but I want a little bit more. It just looks better if you zoom into the next panel or you zoom out of the next panel. So here's the focus is this. So now we focus in a little bit. So there we go here. And then we're going to focus in a little bit more here for another mid shot or whatever you call that. Head and shoulder shot. So now I'm like doing the revenge thing. I could have probably totally like looked off of the platoon thing, but I'm not going to. Alright. I'm having a little problem with the hair. So what I do is I kind of try to make the lines thicker. Since I made the hair go across your face there, I'm going to make it kind of thicker and get more thick because I'm going to black this out later. And if I mess up, I can fix it on PaintShop Pro. So I'll make this line a little thicker and I'll go down here and I'll try to do that like hair thing where they, you know, I don't know what you call it, feathering, or you're doing like this jaggedy thing where you're like basically drawing a triangle like zigzag thing, but then you'll black out the bottom part and leave the top white and it'll look cool. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm not really that good at it though. Right, hair's not looking that good, but whatever. Learn from your mistakes and go and move on. That's what I say. I could spend another hour trying to make this look good, but it's not going to look good. You're never going to be satisfied. That's the craziest part about this whole drawing thing. You spend like 3 to 5 hours on something. Someone's going to read it in 30 seconds and be done with that page. Isn't that the injustice of doing this stuff? Like, look at this. I'm inhaling these fumes. The artwork is bad, and I could try to train myself for more years, but it's just not bad.